Hello and welcome. I'm a little bit early. I know I said I'd be starting at 3 p.m., but well, it's been a bit of a day, and so here I am starting off early. And we'll be looking at some of the books that I'm currently reading, as well as some of the plans and a few things coming up on the channel. And yes, before I started, I did use my Aura Cleanse spritzer because, like I said, it's been a day. And I also decided, as I haven't actually glanced through this book before, and I probably should because there's some cute ones here. And this was a gift from one of my coworkers several years ago. Screw calm and get angry. Yes, I also have a cup that says stay calm and carry on, which is more what I actually plan to do. But this is just super funny. On the back, it says resigned advice for hard times. And this morning, I made the mistake of doing what I typically don't do, which is watch anything from the news. I stopped watching late night hosts a long time ago. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Okay. Take care, hon. Have a safe journey home. But yeah, so unfortunately, I looked at some things in the news. I knew things were going to go badly. I just didn't expect it to go off the rails quite this quick and get quite this nasty this quickly either. So, yes, I'm going to keep staying away from the news. I know there's lots of things happening, and I just need to keep focusing on what's going right, what are things that I can do to kind of stay in a positive frame of mind, keep trying to shine the light, and that doesn't mean ignoring what's going on. I mean, I'm aware even before I looked at things this morning. It's just that there's only so much I can do. I mean, one, I'm grateful that I live in Canada. Things up here, we've got lots to fix, and there's issues and there's problems. But yeah, at least I'm up here. I feel bad for, hey, Paula, how are you? I feel bad for all my American friends. There are so many amazing people in our see, losing words. There are so many American people who are amazing, who I know are struggling with all of these things happening. And yeah, it's just a mess. And, we just got to keep getting through her day by day, doing what we can. And so as I was looking through my little Screw Calm and Get Angry book, there were a few quotes that kind of stood out. And this first one, I need to write this out and put it up on one of my boards for sure. This is by Ambrose Bierce, I think it's pronounced. I don't know who that is. Have to look that up as well. Speak when you are angry, and you will make the best speech you will ever regret. And that's important to remember, whether you're doing a live stream or making a video. And so I'm going to keep that right in the front of my brain today as I'm talking. The next one that I decided was interesting, and yes, it's a bit of sarcasm, obviously. Never keep up with the Joneses. Drag them down to your level. It's cheaper. That's by Quentin Crisp. And the last one, which I do think is important as well, and I think we're certainly seeing it around the world. This quote is by Aldous Huxley. I have yet to read A Brave New World. That men do not learn very much from the lessons of history is the most important of all the lessons that history has to teach. And I definitely agree. There are a lot of things about history that should never be forgotten. There are lessons to be learned. And these are indeed crazy, crazy times. But I appreciate everyone who tunes in. If you're here currently and able to view, if your team rewatch, as always, I thank you so much for the gift of your time. And now we're getting away from the news because I'm not going there. And yes, I do have on my comfy onesies with my pretty stars because here it is cold and cloudy and windy. So it's nice to be warm and toasty and indoors. So what am I reading? Earlier this week, I started reading The Keening by Margaret Pinard. It's book one of Remnants. I believe this is a trilogy, and this takes place in Scotland. Well, actually, at the back it says, a family torn apart by the effects of war must now deal with the trickle-down effects of peace, the collapse of the kelp industry on which they depend. It gives us the name of the family that is being followed. They've had to move, as did many who were forced from their homesteads, and it takes place in Scotland in the beginning. The year, I think, might be at the beginning. I know it's in the 1800s, possibly 1838. And I'll be talking more about this book when I have Margaret on as a guest. That will be February the 27th at 3 p.m. And that will be my next live stream, actually. And I'll talk a bit more about that when I get to chatting about the plans of what's happening with my channel. The Keening is a good read. I'm about halfway through, and I think I'm going to finish it next week. I'm enjoying the story. You definitely get pulled in and wanting to find out what's going on with this family, all the changes, what they went through, watching their home literally burned in front of their eyes. I mean, there were just terrible things happening in that time period. And of course, we have the issue of how women are treated during that time. And the son was hoping to go on in school. That's changed with everything going on with income and having to move from their small community. And then they head down to Glasgow where they had other family. The daughter finished school earlier than her older brother because, of course, in this time period, women are seen to only need so much education. More of the focus is on being able to tend a home, find a husband, have kids, yada, yada. So it's reading about a very different time period for sure. I'm enjoying the read, but right now with some of the things that are happening, I think I need to just put this aside for a couple of days. Not that, here in my area, anyone's getting forced out or anything like that. It's just that whole political turmoil and how things are playing out. And like I say, Margaret does an excellent job of explaining things and getting you involved with the family. And I really want to know what happens with this family. But there's also that challenge of reading, people being taken advantage of and things out of their control. So that I'm going to finish on, we'll see if I get to it Sunday, but it may wait till Monday. But I am looking forward to finishing that read. Another book that I started yesterday, because yes, I always have numerous books on the go, is Obsidian Murders, and this is by Nicole Brona. It was perfect, and I'm so glad I started reading it last night. I just have a teeny bit of it to go. I think this will be the book I finish reading today. And we follow a detective with some very special skills. Tessa O'Hara is tired of people thinking she's crazy. Growing up sensitive to the supernatural and deemed mentally unstable by every therapist she's ever seen, Tessa moves to Washington, D.C. to start fresh. But when there are 2 murders in her neighborhood that reek of magic, she's a bit freaked out and utterly regretting her decision to become a semi-functioning adult. Tessa works at a newspaper. She was hoping to be a journalist. That's her goal. That's what she went to school for. And I'm not going to say too much more about it, but in the meantime, as she's working towards a journalist position, she runs into a vampire. We have portals. We have numerous other supernatural beings. It's just a great story. I've enjoyed reading it. There's, some comical bits to it. Tessa's roommate happens to be a ghost that, of course, only she can see. There's a cute little fairy that lives at her workplace. And again, only she can see. So when she's interacting with her boss, she can't be too obvious or even let on that she can see what this little character is up to. And they definitely get into shenanigans. There is, I believe, just a teeny couple of F-bombs, but used appropriately. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to what's going on and how this all plays out, and very much looking forward to chatting with Nicole in March about this book. And I can't wait for the next one. It's a cute book. So if you're leery of horror, thinking of like Stephen King scary, that isn't what Obsidian Murders is. It would probably fall within the horror genre, but it's a fun read and it's very enjoyable. Like, you're not going to stay up and have nightmares or anything like that. It's just a super enjoyable, light read. After I finish those 2, I am moving on to Talendor's Guest. This is by Charles McGarry. I need to hang out with a dragon for a bit. Hey, Kat, how are you? I was hoping Fourth Wing would be a good dragon series, but if you've seen my videos or some of my live stream comments, Fourth Wing was not a good dragon ride for me. I know there's other people who enjoy it, and that's great. I mean, we all have different opinions and experiences with books. Hey again, Jenny, welcome back. And I think it's great that we have different experiences. And that's the awesome thing about BookTube is you get differing opinions, you get different descriptions. And it's still different when you read the book yourself because you bring your own expectations, what you're looking for to that read. And it's nice to be able to bounce ideas and things off each other in terms of, well, this is why I didn't like that book, or this is why I really loved it, and then engage in the conversation. Doesn't mean that either of you are going to change your mind, but it is nice to have that conversation and understand why there are those different opinions. So Talendor's Guest is definitely something I'm looking forward to. It's a combination of short stories, I believe. In the back, we have along the many complex currents of existence lies a bleak, desolate planet. Once densely populated, lush with vegetation, and teeming with life, it now lies barren and forsaken, evidence of years of marauding by a great and powerful dragon. So we'll have to see what happens. Traveler soon discovers he must entertain a very finicky dragon in exchange for his life, and only the most extraordinary stories will suffice. Very much looking forward to that. Kat and Jenny saying hi. The little chaos twins are here. Love that Spice was the problem. I was mostly mad, violent, yeah, that's true. That was the part that got you. But see, again, Kat, if that happened, it would have been a short story. Well, I guess we would have still had Xaden. And it wasn't just the Spice. I mean, I skipped those scenes. And yes, Jenny, that's the bonus to skimming. It was her focus totally on Xaden when there were so many other things going on. And the fact that I had to wait way near the end of the book to actually get anything about dragons. I was interested in the dragons, not Violet and Xaden and them wanting to get jiggy with it or not. Like, for me, that wasn't the big pull of a book. I don't go for romance types. Yes, I know, Kat. Maybe, but I still think she should have done it. Well, there would have been a graphic scene that some people may have enjoyed, I'm sure. But yeah, and so we have Talendor's Guest. That's going to be my next start to read. I do need to get back to the Brown Yelp Gang. I think right now reading about a rock band in some crazy adventures and just having a good time is probably another read I definitely should get into. I'm definitely looking forward to finding out what's happening here and definitely trying to find out whether the character Arya is much like the character from Farscape that I'm thinking of. So we'll have to see how that goes. Once I finish those, and I may actually, because the Wheel of Time reading group is moving on to book 2 this month, and that is The Great Hunt. Now, the nice thing is I've already read this, so I know what to expect. I know I enjoyed the read, so it'll be revisiting characters who I already know and have hung out with. And thankfully, we're doing this over 2 months because February is short, time flies, goes by quick. So I have 2 months to read this, thankfully, because like book 1, let's see, do we have, yes, there's at the end of each a little blurb for the next story as well as a glossary section. Okay, so this one is 680 pages, which isn't too bad. I mean, they vary between, I don't think any of them are less than 600, and some of them I think go up to 800 or more. But we have 2 months to finish this, and I also, because I started off good doing my notes as I was reading, but then I wanted to keep going with the story. So, of course, now I finished book 1, but I haven't finished my notes. So I have to get back to that. But that is definitely coming up. And I think, again, well, it's going to be tough. And I still need to add my new books, the little picture I had with my 5 books. I need to add them to my master list before I move them to my shelves. But I may have to read The Shining it's time. Maybe I just need to hang out at the Stanley Hotel with some scary boo ghosts for a little while. And I did have this on hold. It was going to take ages at my library. So I'm so excited. Just realized, oh, there we go. Kat just realized I have enough Amazon credits to get Gareth's book. Nice. But yeah, The Shining, there was an insane hold for it. So thankfully, this last trip, I found it at my thrift store. It was, $4. That's awesome for a honkin' Stephen King book. And yeah, I really enjoyed reading this story. I like the movie with Jack Nicholson. It's not CGI like a lot of the stuff now, but I enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to reading this. And then I'm not sure yet if I'm going to read Dr. Sleep or not. It sounds like there's some different things doing it, but we'll have to see. Nice. See, I said Salem's Lot was doggy safe, Cat, but it's been decades since I've read this as well. But I think it is because they're at an abandoned, well, they're the only ones at the hotel. They're the caretakers over the wintertime. So I don't think there's any pets in this one, but I'll have to read it before I know for sure. Now, the other thing is I still have those 2 Vampire Chronicle books, Lestat, that I need to read that I borrowed from the library. So yeah, I've got like a ton of books that are waiting. And yeah, the other ones that I got, Arthur C. Clarke, I didn't even know he had another one. Oh, good. Jenny does not remember there being any animals in that book either. So I don't think so either, because they're off in the secluded place on their own. 3001, The Final Odyssey. Now I need to go back and read the other 2 first, and then I'll get to this one. But hey, for $1, I at least now know I have 2 of the Arthur C. Clarkes, and I'll have to check. I may not have 2001, so I might have to borrow that one from the library first. Never trust King anymore. He's got some sketchy tendencies. Well, actually, Kat, we were talking when Ven and I were having coffee yesterday. We were talking about that. And I mean, that was part of the talk with Gareth the other week as well, is they end up, I get why they do it. I just don't want to read about it. Because people are close to dogs, and that's an emotional got you type thing, reading about it. That's why they keep including the dogs, because it gets you when you're reading it, and that emotion. And no, I don't want that get you. King's Jenny, King's a writer, not an artist. Not that kind of sketchy, Jenny, but you knew that. Now, until I bought this, and such a different world. But I picked up Wizard's First Rule. This is by Terry Goodkind. Now, I've never read anything by him. This was also on the $1 shelf. And then when I was chatting with someone, they shared with me, oh, but there's some issues with Terry Goodkind. I'm like, there's pretty much issues with numerous authors. And I'm interested in the book and the story. Is it a good story? Some people, I think, what was it? One person shared with me. It was either too much Lord of the Rings or too much like Wheel of the Time and not original things. I don't know. Like I say, I've never read him. I've never heard about him. And we'll have to wait and see until I read that book and find out where that all goes. Cat, I don't know. Have you seen his basement, Jenny? That's where they always hide everything. Unless it's a horror movie, Cat, and then they're always heading up to the attic, which has never made sense to me. Well, actually, it does. It would be like if they went downstairs and ran out of the house, it would be like neutering that guy in Fourth Wing. It'd be a short story. I'm only allowed after an NDA and a safe word. I mean, it's in his name. He's good and kind of like someone. Never actually read anything or heard before book 2. Yeah, I'm the same. Uh-oh. A safe word, eh? Jenny, I think she probably wants to know what that is. But I'll see what this is like. And yes, it's another beefcake. And I've already got my beefcake list that I have to put together. And let's see, 836 pages. I don't know. He looks kind of grumpy. There's a picture of him, but we'll have to see. This may be a beefcake that waits until 2026, because I already have a bunch of beefcakes that are waiting. Then I got the UFO Files, The Canadian Connection Exposed. I've never heard of this author either. This is Pamiro Campana. I'm not even sure if I said that right. And this is going to, yes, see, this is, somebody picked this up at a library sale. It's got the withdrawal on it. So they got it for a cheap price, as did I. I'm curious to find out what this author has to say. Works for the Department of National Defense in Ottawa. He has acted as the Canadian representative to NATO in the area of electromagnetics and military aircraft. He's the author of the best-selling Storms of Controversy, The Secret Avro Aero Files Revealed. Hey, Noah, how you doing? There's no snipping, sweetie. But you did arrive just in time. But hang on, I want to see what year. Oh, 1997. Okay. He probably isn't still working for the Department of Defense, but it will still be an interesting read. And that one's going to have to wait till August when I get into my UFO conspiracy reading and videos. And Noah, sweetie, you're just in time. And I picked this up for $1. And this is about roads. Ooh, GB, Great Britain. And Noah, sweetie, do you know why I picked up this book? It's because there are pretty pictures. And do you know what I'm going to do with the pretty pictures, Noah? I'm going to cut them out and use them in my crafts. It's going to be so much fun. I have to check this out. I didn't think Rhodes was in Great Britain. That doesn't make sense. Not Greek or Egyptian. Street and Knights. Must be published by a Great Britain company. So I'm going to have to look through this a little more carefully. Anybody know where this is? Oh, okay. Have to catch up on comments according to tradition, various names, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Poseidon. Yeah, this has got to be Greece. Because if it's talking about Helios and Poseidon, both place names archaeological finds attest the very ancient history. So the Great Britain must be who this is published by. But yeah, there's some amazing pictures that will come up very handy in various craft projects. So yes, Noah, I did buy that on purpose just to cut it up. Okay, I'm a titch behind on the comments. So Noah has arrived. Why do I hear snipping? There wasn't any. Saying hi to Noah and JJ. Noah Cat saying hi. Don't want to know what she's doing below camera. Summoned by the sound. The book murder. Ooh, UFOs. I agree. Yes, sometimes she can be. Such a little monkey she is. I am. Hello. Might have been implying cutting up books, hiding it from you. Has been chucked more food. What? Types of books deserve to be cut up. There you go. See, we agree on some things. Good chucking. What? Yes. Here, chucking means throwing up. I don't think Ven hurled on Noah. No, he hasn't. Made me sad. Aw, not England. Lemon cake famine. You want food thrown at you? Interesting kink. Like some, lasagna and garlic bread. Yum. Me too. Not a kink. It's okay to cut up. Yay, I have approval. Lasagna, garlic bread. Yes, Pringles. Oh, Pringles have a awesome taste, but I don't eat them often. Mine from yesterday was very tasty. Oh, sorry I didn't save you any. How can it last you a week? I'm lucky if it lasts me 2 days. And Noah saying, ooh, upchucking is a term. Yeah, see? Yeah, true. Upchucking, not just chucking. There we go. My bad. Depends on the way it's said here. How dare you not save me any? It does sound delicious. So those are basically my kind of reads, coming up reads. I better put my books in order. Oh yeah, since you guys came in, I think I was, Jenny knows, but yes, I have a Screw Calm and Get Angry book. Has some funny little quotes in it that I read at the beginning of the stream. And I'll have to read some more of those because they definitely made me laugh after a morning of seeing red. See, I got to stay away from the news, And I'm just putting my pile back up because I have to add those to my master list of books. And I'm putting the other pile there because that's going to be my books I've read. Okay, what are my little characters up to here? See, I eat the whole tube in one sitting. It depends on the day, but sometimes I can. Like, yeah, once that pops open, and plus you don't want them to go stale. It's not like chips in a bag that'll last a few days. Don't forget to pay. Aw, thanks, Noah. I want to dad joke one. Bad day. It wasn't until I checked at the news and then I made it wasn't even the news. It was one of the monologues from a late night show. And I was just like, crikey. I mean, I knew the poop was going to hit the fan and fairly quick. I just didn't think it was going to be this quick and this bad, this fast. So I've been trying to kind of shake that off. Then I had to laugh, and now I'm laughing a couple hours ago, not so much. And this person has been doing it for years, and it pisses me off. So I'll have to just send them an email and say, go away. But every year in February, I get a calendar. Now, please note, in February, a calendar. This is a business person who wants my business. I assume that's why they mail me the stupid thing. Except to me, it's a slap in the face. Why are you mailing me a calendar? Hey, Ven, why are you mailing me a calendar in February for the current year? You're not mailing me a calendar because I'm a valued client and someone you want to work with. You're mailing me your calendar because you have excess junk and you want to mail it out. Like, give me a break. And this happens every February. So hey, Gavin, how are you? Oh, wait, Josh, hey. Oh, and Gareth, hello. So yeah, my morning was, but then I decided, you know what? Got to find my happy place. So that's what I'm trying to do, Noah. And I hope you you're having a good day too. Cat, too lazy for stuffed shells, so I turned it into lasagna. Ooh, sauce filling. I need to come to your house. May need to make it soon. Yeah, see, I do. I don't do the stuffed shells anymore because we've had a hard time finding manicotti for quite a while. But yeah, I love that. But lasagna too. Yum. I agree. Hey, Ven, long time no chat. Hey, Ven. Hey, Ven. Hey, Gareth. Gareth. You missed it. I was chatting about the Brown Yelp Gang. I have to get back to it. I need me some fun, hilarious rock star adventure reads. And here's my big question. Is Aria based on a character from Farscape? I gotta know. I know there are differences, but she's really reminding me of a certain blue character in Farscape. We have Josh. Hey, Josh. Hope you're doing well. Saying hi to Gareth. Don't know what Noah's doing, making googie eyes. The anger. Yes. No worries. Hope you're doing well. Gareth and Peeps. Hey, guys. Once again, don't forget to love spank that button. Everyone, get the party started. All the chaos. Yes, this is true. The Chaos Gang is here. Low chaos, been a long day. Yes. I'm sure the others will step up for you, Ven. No worries. And here we go. Beginning to think you enjoy a good spanking, Noah. Come on by. It's one of those meals I make just for me. See, my hubs will eat it, but I can't put mushrooms in it if he's eating it. So sometimes I do two separate, mine with mushrooms and his without. I agree. Full week's been a cluster. Think a few of us have had that. So happy you're reading it. Yeah, me too. It's been an enjoyable read so far. I have to get back to it for sure. Got a couple others I have to finish because Nicole and Chaz are coming on next month to chat about their books. And Gareth, you do need to let me know July or August, I'm thinking, which will give me plenty of time to finish the Yelp Gang plus the 10 transformations, and then we can chit chat about your book. And I'm thinking we'll do it on a day, not Thursday, because I know sometimes you guys have to switch around for different reasons. So if we pick a different day that works for you and the time that works best, then I'll have my plan for when I need to get those finished. But I'm very much enjoying it so far. It's really cute. It's been. Ven also enjoys Farscape. Maybe that's what I need to watch tonight and get rid of some of this from the morning. Who knows JJ? We all know JJ. What are you talking about? Venlo Chaos. He may be relatively quiet. I noticed while I was writing similar. Thank you, Zan. It's a name I couldn't think of. Kind of an accent. Yeah, see, as soon as I started reading, I thought of Zan. Yeah. Well, they sound like a really fun group, Gareth, and I'm so looking forward to getting to meet them and hang out and find out where all those adventures go. We know he does, oh, not with the horns. But then he could hang the food off of them, so, maybe multi-purpose. Hates cheese. Oh, that isn't burned on pizza. Okay, July's good. I am writing this down, and it's a good thing you folks can't see my table because I have papers everywhere, and the kids must have known I wanted to sit down here because Zena's on the bed, Panther's in his camper in the living room, and Tiki's up on the cat tree. So I get to use my chair at the low table. So I'm putting Gareth July, and then Gareth, I will get in touch with you closer to June to set a specific day. But I'm writing down July live book review. Awesome! Because I got so many chunkers and things to read. I'm behind on both of the programs I was going to do, the Positive Energy and the Artist Way. I'm just behind in everything. Booktube video, catching up on Booktube videos, my reading, my programs. It's like, Gareth doesn't sleep. Yeah, it must, I don't know. Gareth doesn't sleep. Ven doesn't sleep. It's, I think I need to watch Farscape too. Favorite episode. Oh, see, I don't. It's a crazy episode. Always makes me smile. May have to check that one. But yeah, maybe we'll have to start at the beginning because I feel like streaming or binging something that's interesting and humorous, and I love Farscape. Actually, the other night, because the odd time I go downstairs, hubby watches TV for a few hours every night. I don't always go down and watch TV. But, we were watching a John Ritter movie, and I wish I could remember the name of it. And it was hilarious. Like, it's an older movie. And I can't think of it. He's a writer, and he's like he likes his women, put it that way. So needless to say, his marriage falls apart, and then he's got issues, and the whole movie is about him kind of trying to get his life together. But there's a scene in it when they're using some things that, let's say, glow in the dark, and it was hilarious because there's red and there's blue, and I immediately thought Star Wars, which, by the way, Gareth, I also said in my birthday book haul video when I was talking about the books, this cover reminds me so much of Star Wars and all the bar scenes with the different characters. So there's just so much fun with your book, the story, the artwork, the characters that I'm thinking of, different shows. It's a hoot. But yeah, I think definitely tonight will have to be Farscape. Oh no, and always with the lies. Not seen Farscape for years. Yeah, I'm glad we've got the series as well as the movies, so can watch that again. Always want to go back. Babylon 5. Love that. Watched it when it was on TV. Yet another one of those shows that has seasons, not this 8 episode done thing. We actually used to have Babylon 5, watched it through twice, loved it, but I knew I probably wouldn't watch it through again. But yeah, the Vorlons and all of it, and I really enjoyed that. The character, is it Delenn, and that the spiritual part. And oh, he just passed away a few years ago. He was in Greece and in Taxi. If someone remembers, and I think he was one of the security guards. He was a great actor. Am I thinking Jeff? I'll find out when I catch up. But yeah, Babylon, I love too. It was definitely a fun series. Yeah, Noah and his Minotaurs. You do too, Noah. Can't fool us. You would have gave him lemon cake. So far behind. As am I. Oh, Noah's pondering. Gotten, nut paste. Feeling it's going to come up more. Oh, is this that bride book I'm thinking? Also, Babylon. Oh, there we go. That's right. Babylon 5 fans and Battlestar Galactica. But here's the thing, I have a feeling most of you like the new Battlestar Galactica. I prefer the old one that had Lauren Green, who is a Canadian actor and from Bonanza, by the way. So very different watching him as Ben Cartwright on Bonanza and the Father Image, and then watching him as a captain out on the Galactica and leading his people to safety. But yes, and I'm trying to think, Richard Hatch and Dirk Benedict. Apollo and Starbuck, not this other stuff from the new series. But there were some interesting twists to the new one, and yes, I did watch all of it. But I'm definitely old school Galactica. It's funny, right? Okay, so that's about the nut paste. Back to the Minotaurs. Oh yes, tracking your sleep for not getting enough. Yeah, that's probably going to be a constant, Ven. Is cake dealer. I'm a fish having a meal with another fish. Used to watch it as a kid, think it was Channel 4. Baby batter cake, not nut paste. After yesterday, Cat, no. Noah is contemplating. Aw, don't be sad, honey. We love you. Liking it so far. Just got the scent marking bit. That makes me nervous. That baby batter far away from me. Gonna get tea, go with my biscuits. You tell her, Cat. Covers by a famous UK cartoonist. Always pinch myself that he does. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing work, Gareth. I love it. Misspelled cookies again, Ven. Not want some mini ginger nuts to carry on the chaos tradition. Hey, Daniel, how are you? Another Farscape fan. Now I'm going to have to tell my coworker he has a ginger nut. Irish guy with a toddler. Saying hi to Dan. Jeff Conway. Thank you, Gareth. Yeah, I loved watching him and everything he did. Such a great actor. Hey, Dan. Hey, Dan. Haven't watched another one. Definitely need to. See, I just got everybody gonna watch Farscape. Thanks to your book, Gareth. Claudia Black. Yes, I'm sure she does make you happy, Ven. She's amazing. I enjoyed her in Farscape and Stargate, which we also watched the whole series. And I really enjoyed that as well. And it was kind of cool to watch her and Ben Browder both go from Farscape over to Stargate together, but the interactions were, of course, different. But yeah, really enjoy her acting as well. She's amazing. Yep, she is amazing. See, same wavelength, Noah. I prefer, oh, this is Galactica. New one, but I like the old one as well. And Blake 7. Don't know what Blake 7 is. Never watched any of them. Kat, now we're a bit different. So you haven't watched any of the Galactica or Galactica or Farscape, and Ven has yet to watch Lion King. Daniel saying hi to everybody. It's great being welcomed. Our pleasure. Great to have you here. Daughter paid for a cameo. Oh, yeah. I remember, I think you were mentioning that either in one of your videos or live streams. Cameo video of Gigi Edgley for my birthday. Very happy. No doubt. Yeah, that would be so amazing. And she did such a great job, like between the movements, and I can't imagine all that makeup. I mean, same with Sen, and that was why she had to give up the role, was because of all the makeup. But yeah, that would be such a blast. Your daughter rocks, Gareth. Never watched or what it's called. Don't make me come to Manchester and box your ears. Seriously, dude. Have the full, oh, nice. Full series, new one, DVD. You must be talking to Noah because I'm not coming across the ocean to get it. I say new, been a while since it finished. Very true. Makes me happy too. She is an amazing actress. Hey, Dark Star, welcome. Saying hi to Dark Star. And yes, if you haven't checked out anyone's channel who's here, be sure to go over, show them some love. Dark Star has the prettiest books ever. Beautiful covers, beautiful work on the edging, and she just dresses up and does a whole awesome performance talking about books. So make sure you pop over. Happy if my book makes you think it. Farscape, literally my favorite program. Okay, so you know what Blake 7 is. See, this one I do not know. Stargate Atlantis is on terrestrial TV at the moment. Ooh. And we did watch all of that as well. I really enjoyed Stargate Atlantis, and woohoo, Rodney in there, can't think of the actor's name, is also Canadian, and I believe he has a twin who appeared on the show with him. So I think that's pretty cool. It's always awesome because you rarely hear about Canadian actors or even authors, musicians who make it big, and once they do, they typically move the other direction. But I don't know. They might be coming up this way soon again. I got shouted out in work today. Someone had to explain a Lion King joke. Told them I'd not seen it. Oh, shouted at. Oh, Vin. Too cute. What was the joke? Hi to Dark Star. Serenaded by songs. So broken. There's good music to the Lion King. I actually Phil Collins. Yeah. How dare you not sing along? Hakuna Matata. Yes. I'm a magpie for a sprayed edge. No doubt. The books that you show are like, wow. Now I get why you have your books turned around. Mine, you can see the titles. Dark Stars, there's all these beautiful edges. They're incredible. It was. There we go. Better than for my... Well, Jenny, we can't see your Kindle books, honey. That's the problem. Psychic. Down to only 830 unread on Kindle. Work change, screwing up my daytime reading now. Uh-oh. Just a magpie for paper, cannot remember the joke. You have a thing for covers, Ven. I mean, you've got some with edges, sprayed edges, I think, but you most definitely have those cover buys down. Phil Collins was Tarzan, Lion King was Elton John. There you go. Oh, we have a debate and we're at the end of the chat. I caught up. Christopher Lambert was Tarzan. Now, is Christopher Lambert Highlander? I'm trying to, the original one, because Adrian Paul I know was Duncan, but wasn't Christopher Lambert Conrad? Wow, that's like, see, now maybe I have to watch the Highlander. Woohoo! Look at me get my trivia right. Yee! So exciting. Of course, now, well, yes, he was Tarzan and Greystoke. I watched him there. I enjoy his acting. And I loved Highlander. Amazing movie. It had second one had Sean Connery as well. Then the series spin-off with Adrian Paul. Having a French guy play a Scot. That's what I thought too. I had no idea because the accent, I mean, okay, all of you, well, most of you would have noticed the accent different than I did. But I thought he did a good job. Trying to think, I don't think Adrian Paul had much of one. I can't remember. Love those films. Yeah, see, now I'm torn. Farscape or Highlander. Is also in a cool indie French film called Subway in his early career. There you go. May have to look that up. No idea who that is. Oh my cat. Now we're going to have to educate you. I mean, we already know Ven's missed a bunch, but how can you not know about the Highlander? And yes, Ven, I know this will tie into a live stream we have planned, but eye candy. No idea who it is. TV, Disney cartoon, the one with Alexander Skarsgård. Greystoke is good. Check for it. You have more than I do in terms of, because I just have Prime, but it might be on Netflix or one of those. Luke Beson's first film, I think. There we go. I do not know who that is. It's all good, no judgment. You just don't want to watch Lion King, Ven. That's why you're hopping in there. But yeah, so let me know in the comments, what are you reading? I kind of went through some of my new buys and my plans. Speaking of plans, my journal's not working. I'm so sad. So this was supposed to be my weekly planner. I'm still going to have to find a way to make it work. Yes, I did have to use a pizza box to make my covers more sturdy. But I have to come up with a better plan because I have my weekly planner. Then I have a planner with all the months in it. So I need to track back and forth between them. I've got another planner with the programs that I'm trying to work through and keep updated, and it's not working. So I need to get this figured out because I'm like just getting farther and farther behind. It's now February the 6th. I have yet to start my Bible study, which was supposed to be the 1st of February. And I mean, that's a honking book. If I do it the way they have it laid out, it's going to take me 3 years. So I'm going to have to like chop. Kitty, oh, Bruce, give him some snuggles. This is being edgy, avoiding Lion King. Exactly. Still reading Watermoon. That sounded interesting. I have to All right. Got to write that down. See, this is the other thing. Somewhere I have a book with all the suggested books, but I haven't kept up the list. So I need to find me a plan that works. Noah is reading Onyx Storm. Only just got that Irid is for Iridescent. And we're not going to give any spoilers on Onyx Storm, but thank you, Ven, for reading it for me. Much appreciated. Show your kitty Lion King so he can meow along. I can't wait to be king and pretend to be fierce. Partway through listening to Nona the Ninth, no idea what's going on. Oh, yeah, you were saying it was all confusing, but good narration. Yay. Alexander Skarsgård, Tarzan, probably as it wasn't yet another origin story. Yeah, the Skarsgård family, very talented and in so many different films. I know the father's in a couple of the Marvel movies, the one with Kat Dennison. So those have to be the Thor movies. They were in It by Stephen King. Oh, they've just been in so many things. They're all very good actors. Starting Diplomacy of the Knife by C.M. Kaplan tomorrow. Interesting. Library didn't have Nona. Uh-oh. Have tea. Time for bourbons. You mean biscuits? You're putting booze in your tea? That doesn't seem right. Even if it was an origin, still would have watched. Tarzan, spent a lot of time. There we go with the eye candy. Made myself a spreadsheet. Very good. Keep track of all my books. That's a good idea, Dark Star. And I'm actually thinking of switching from Goodreads over to Storygraph because from what I've heard, you can transfer your information from Storygraph into Microsoft Excel. And I do have Excel, and I actually keep my master list on a spreadsheet. And so I've got two separate pages. One is all my books together, so my resource as well as all the books that I would read. Then I have a separate list of just the books that I would read front to back so that I know how many I need to keep reading to catch up. But yeah, I need to get that a bit more organized too. And I need to get to Storygraph and get that set up. Mamma mia. More Mamma Mia. Obsessed with that. That's another good one. I love ABBA. I grew up listening to them. Bourbons. Oh, the name of the biscuit. It's like an Oreo, but good. Oreos are good. Didn't realize how many of the family were actors. Yeah, there's a ton of them. Looks all went to... No, they look all the same, Kat. Like even the dad, he just looks a bit older. Kind of how Cavell... Oh, does he have brothers? See, I don't know. He's not one that I really follow. Mamma Mia, her loincloths. What? Poor Noah. Oreos are good. Just got to get ones with lots of filling. Dip the cookie in milk. Yeah, you got to have milk with an Oreo. Don't know if they have to be double stuffed or not, though, Kat. The plain ones are good as well. I know why you watch Tarzan. Yeah, I think we all do, Daniel. Kat's never subtle about the eye candy. Or by bourbon. Oh, I think Gareth had those. I remember hearing something about custard creams through one of their live streams. Honestly, you'd never go back. Not shy about that one. Not even the one that bought the movie. That's funny. Oh, Cat's double stuffed Oreos. And Mr. Noah again. Whatever. There we go. Love custard creams. Yeah, I think you did have them on one of your lives, Gareth. I just don't remember them being called bourbon. So maybe they were a different brand. And I'm trying, there's a cookie. Okay, biscuit. Anyhow, one of them that you had, and I think here we call them, the company's name is Peak Freen. And I can't think of the cookie, but it's a vanilla cookie and a vanilla cream, and there's just a little bit of jam in the center on the top. Oh, now I'm craving those, and I don't have cookies. Alexander Skarsgård's Why I Enjoyed True Blood. See, I didn't watch True Blood. Yes, Noah enjoyed it as well. Gareth's had those at least twice. Never had a proper Oreo. Definitely made up for how much they betrayed the book series. Yeah, well, and see, even with Wheel of Time, and I was actually just at Bookish Chaz's live stream the other day, Sunday, and I was watching because they were talking about Brandon Sanderson. And all I've read of him are the books that he finished in the Wheel of Time for Robert Jordan, which, by the way, I also just found out is not his real name. That's his writing name. Man, the things you find out when you Google. But one of the guests that Chaz had is actually a composer, and he also has a booktube channel. It's called Shelf Esteem, which is kind of a cool spin on self-esteem. But he's a composer, and he actually did the music for season 2 of The Wheel of Time. So although I'm not happy about what they did with The Wheel of Time in the TV version, I do have to go and watch it now because I want to hear Nikhil's music, because yeah, he's got a very interesting channel, and he talks about upcoming releases and adaptations from book to movie. So he just had some videos about Stephen King and a number of other things that are coming out. And I'll type in the comments. So the name of his channel, in case I'm not enunciating it properly, and his name is Nikhil. I think, I hope I have, well, I'm just going to put in his channel name is Shelf Esteem because I don't want to type his name wrong. But yeah, if you're curious about book to adaptations, he is the individual who can keep you up to date, and he does music for different ones. But yeah, a lot of fascinating information there for sure. 2 different types of biscuit. Nice. Bourbons are different, but just as popular. So the brand name, yep. Double stuffed cat. Hope you charge more for that. Oh. And the Kremlins are away. Sounds a bit like a jammy Dodger. Yeah, see, Peak Freen, now I can see the package. Peak Freen is the company. Can't remember the cookie. Oh, I hate when that happens. Love True Blood. See, the first 10 minutes did me in, and I was done with it. Sort of like Fourth Wing and some of Akatar. But it did, Akatar, I will at least say those other 2 books, I could skim tons because I wasn't interested. Hello, Jenny. I was waiting for your comment. Jammy Dodgers. Charge extra. Redhead. Rare and expensive. Can't fail. Yes, our little chaos twins. We have our chaos gremlins and the chaos twins. Jammy Dodgers are my fave. There we go. Top 3. Number 1 for sure. I read that top 3 is something else. Of course you did, Kat. And then Shelf Esteem is Nikhil's channel. Supposedly getting an adaptation of James Rollins. Not sure if I'm excited or scared exactly if it falls through like the last time. That's the tricky thing with adaptations. And I mean, there's so many factors, right? You've got, well, say for example, a honking book size like this, and you're trying to, because movie times have narrowed down. Like for a few years, they were like pushing that 3 hour mark, which is a long time to be sitting in a theater, even with comfy seats and whatnot. But I noticed they're getting more to the 2 hour, maybe 2.5 hour ish, but not so much. So that's a lot to take from a book, especially if they're the beefcakes, and condense into a smaller, smaller time period, obviously. But then they, do different things with characters, change relationships and all of that. It's really hit and miss between um the adaptations. Redheads are kissed by fire, Tormund says. There we go. But yeah, it's I well, when I watched one an I hope I'm saying it right. I'm just gonna say see, can't say that right either. Shelf Esteem. I think there are 4 Stephen Kings that are coming out in the very near future. One was from If It Bleeds, which I just reread a while ago. Oh, yeah, it is. The Life of Charlie. And is it Tom Hanks? No, Tom Hiddleston and somebody else that I recognized. And it's gone. But that should be interesting. And if you haven't read If It Bleeds, it's a very bizarre story, but it's fascinating. And I enjoy watching Tom Hiddleston. I watched him obviously as Loki, but I also watched a couple of his other movies. Amazing. The Night Watchman. And I think there was another one. So another definite good actor to keep an eye out for. Definitely fiery, have to pretend innocence. A lot of folks want advice on causing trouble. I'm already on lists. Want to know how Amazon screws up Rings of Power and Wheel of Time, but does great with Fallout Reacher and Terminal List. There we go. I haven't seen any of those, but yeah. Oh, Ven also enjoyed Fallout. As a fan of most of the games, very happy. Okay, so those are based on games. Now, are there books as well as? Still have the last couple episodes to watch. It's a treat, so Ven enjoyed them. Say Fallout, think of Mission Impossible. They're the ones supposedly adapting James Rollins' novels, originally supposed to be a movie. Have to wait and see what happens there. No, oddly, there. Oh, should be. Okay, so no books, but based on the games. Last of Us was also a great adaptation. Not Amazon, but there are some interesting ones out there for sure. I'm trying to think. So yeah, Life of Charlie, and like I say, Hiddleston's good, and I think he'll do a great job with it. I think there was something about it. Is there more than one? See, I'm behind on King. Gareth, I know you read a lot of King and follow things King, and I think a number of other people in the chat have read King. It. For some reason, I'm thinking there's more than one, because I remember there was a comment about going ahead, and then now this new adaptation is going back to the 1960s. So I don't know, I guess Pennywise maybe has more than one book, or did he cram a bunch of stuff into the new publication of it? Because I'm still thinking The Stand is a lot freaking bigger than when I initially read it. I think The Shining is about the same size. I know it was a big book, but I may have read um, The Shining in hardback. Oh, excerpts from Dr. Sleep. Epilogue 659. Yeah, that might be about the normal size of what The Shining was. And I don't know why he crammed a bunch of filler into his other books. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Daniel wants to know who plays the ghoul in Fallout. Walter Goggins. Daniel says, thank you. So many movies of it. See, did I watch a remake? I know I watched the original because, I'm older than, yeah, everybody in the chat. um, so I watched the original. I think maybe I did see one of the remakes. I still have, and I refuse to watch the remake of Carrie. Sissy Spacek is Carrie. And I rewatched that a little while ago. And I know it's outdated. There are no cell phones and all the rest of it. But Sissy Spacek is Carrie. And I have to say, even though I don't do audiobooks often, she did the reading of Carrie on the version that I got from my library. And I absolutely loved it. I mean, it was amazing hearing her voice read the story. And in the introduction of the version that my library has, King also talks a bit about how he came up with the character of Carrie and two of the people that he went to school with. And he basically melded those two characters and different things that happened to them into the story of Carrie. Now, there's only one book. Okay, so that must be about it. Oh, okay, it flips between when they were children and when they're adults. Thank you, Darkstar. Book has two timelines in it. Not my favorite style of storytelling. Yeah, and it's been decades since I've read it. So I didn't remember that it flip-flopped between the two. I think the new show's covering some of what was cut out of the adaptation. Only two versions of it. Okay, thank you, Jenny. Two movies, part 1 and part 2, same book. Okay, silly. Oh, whoops. Sorry, Noah, skipped yours. Love the original Carrie. I agree. Sissy Spacek did a great job. Might read it this year, depending whether I can make space. I've read tons of King, but not that. Yeah, and that's another, monster chunker. Oh, and we'll put a plug in for Gareth, who has his behavior. See, now I'm going to have a mind fart. I know it's B&B. Behavior and Belief Book Club. So you read one book, you have 2 months. You can read the book that Gareth's reading, or if you have something in a similar vein, you can read that. January, February has to do with neurology. Gareth, if you can pop in the title, I know there's something about a hat, and it had an insane wait list at my library. So actually what I'm going to read is, because space, Star Trek on the Brain, Alien Minds, Human Minds. This is by Robert Secular, Randolph Blake. They're two psychologists. My background is psychology. So I'm curious to find out how they do this comparison using Star Trek. And I actually joked when I picked up this book of if we had textbooks like this to study when I went to school, that would have been awesome instead of some of those dry having to read about Freud and his issues. It's a marathon, took me ages to get through it. It absolutely is. I mean, well, and it is massive because I remember seeing it lately. Noah, didn't you just read that last year? And Kat, a couple of you read it, and I couldn't get a copy in time. I think Greg is reading it with some people this year in March, I think. But again, I don't have a copy, and I've got so many honkin' books that there was no way I was going to be able to get through it. The new Carrie flick, never heard a good thing about it. Yeah, it would. I mean, I guess I can see to maybe try and get a newer audience, the cell phone stuff at school. But yeah, I haven't seen it and I have no interest. And I should see if The Shining's on Prime. Jack Nicholson. Oh, wait. Do I want to read the book first or watch the movie first? But then I have Farscape and Highlander. I can't make a decision. Take me ages too. Soft spot for the 90s version of it. Tim Curry is great. Yeah, I've seen him in a number of things. I enjoy his acting as well. He's really good. Was my first 1,000-pager. Yeah, I don't remember it being that big. Hey, my pleasure, Gareth. I enjoy giving shout outs and mentions actually, and I think yep, Ven is still here. So Ven, your voice will be in my video on Sunday because I did a combo of me organizing my new reading spot and craft table and Tiki's in it. So I snuck it in with my kitty video, duo video. But while we started getting organized, you were reading Margaret's book. So I had my YouTube playing while I was organizing. See, you can mesh so many things together when you're doing stuff. And that was perfect because I could listen to the story while I was organizing. That was awesome. Tim Curry is always great. Agreed. Okay. Man who mistook his wife for a hat. I know my library has it, but for some reason, there are a ton of people reading it right now. So the wait list is a bit long. Yeah, Kat, it was a beast. Longest book I've ever read. Noah had read it as well. It was thick. It was a struggle. See, I don't remember having a problem reading it, but I don't remember it being as thick. I don't remember it being 1,000 pages. Maybe that's just me forgetting how big a book it was. I don't know if he's added to it or not. I have it to maybe read this year. I think I may hit Pet Sematary instead due to all the chunky reads. Yeah, Pet Sematary, even though, yes, there is a pet, there's a reason for it in this case. Pet Sematary actually was a good read. And there's a line from the movie, some things that are dead should stay dead. Tend to enjoy chunky books, but my Oregon King waffle. Yeah, but see, Jenny, for you, it's different. You have it on your Kindle. So no matter how small or chunky, you still hold your Kindle. For those of us who read old school, it's a big book to hold and try and read. It becomes a problem and the spines go to try and read them. Sorry, no, I couldn't resist. Tim Curry is always great. Absolutely. Pet Sematary is amazing. Yeah, I think I've seen the movie once, and that was enough for me. The read was good. I did certainly enjoy it. I've only read a King short. Pet Sematary has been on my list for so long. Yeah, see, I started reading Stephen King when Carrie came out. Yes, in 1975, I believe, because I think Salem's Lot was in 76. And I read pretty much everything that came out from him up to Dolores Claiborne. And that's when I actually stopped reading King. And then I started getting, well, there, there's a reason my 16 cubes are nonfiction, because that's pretty much what I read for decades. And my fiction books are currently downstairs. Well, most of them, I've got some up here, but my fiction books are on my one bookcase downstairs that only has 3 shelves like this one, but this one was made by Mallory, one of the grads I worked with. The ones downstairs were not made by any of the students, and I still have tons of room on it. So I'm a long way from returning to fiction, because I used to have 2 bookcases, each 3 shelves packed with fiction books, because that was mainly what I read. And I'm not, well, yeah, I just got more interested in nonfiction and ancient Egypt, civilizations, so many other things, ghosts, obviously. And then, yeah, I just kind of traveled spirituality, all different kinds, and I just started wandering off in that direction. So it's only been maybe 3 or 4 years that I've been reading fiction again, and in particular revisiting King. Heard it packs more of a punch when you're a parent. Yeah, probably does, and I can certainly understand why without giving anything away. Man Who Mistook His Wife. Never heard of it. Yeah, I hadn't either, Daniel, until Gareth's video on his channel. So you can find it's, I know I put it in my description box. I don't think it's on the birthday book video. It's in one of mine. But if you go to Gareth's channel, Book Songs and Other Magic, it's Gareth, I think it was about 3 months ago that you mentioned it, but you have an updated video as well. So Daniel, look for Belief and mind fart again. Belief and Behavior update. So if you look for that, Gareth talks about Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat. It sounds like a fascinating book, actually. Tim Curry, some of the best parts, villain to funny butler. Agreed. Like he's very versatile and wonderful. Well, that'll be fun, Jenny. See that? Also true. See, I haven't read that either. Something Wicked This Way Comes. I've heard about it, but ancient and archaic ways. Yes, because guess what? I will always have my books, and if the power goes out or more things start disappearing from the land of cyber, I will still have my books. Paperback, 1116 page. Holy jumpin'. That's wild. You have to do a workout to lift that sucker. I like, see, Cat too, like My Ancient Ways. My ad self loses books on Kindle, ADD, but it's how I get most of my reading done. Little Man and Franny, culprits. Shouldn't multitask while watching. Then did you buy more books again? Like, dude, I just told you yesterday to stop that. So now both you and Jenny are ahead of me. How many books have you bought today, Ven? That's right. Inquiring minds want to know, Ven. I think because you can't see all the books doesn't make me anxious knowing there's so many to read. Staring at a physical TBR put me in a slump. Actually, it doesn't. It gives you options, because that way I just look around and go, what do I want to read today? Do I feel like reading? Oh, none yet. So he's still just found one, and the title fascinates me. Not the cover. Samurai Barber versus Ninja Hairstylist. Do we want to? Yes, do tell, Ven. Gonna do an update. Oh, live stream later tonight. I'm changing one of the books. Gonna read one of my stories. Ooh, what time, Gareth? We'll have to keep an eye out for that. I don't get anxious, just gets me curious and excited. See? Same, Kat. I like wandering around and looking at all my different books. They make me happy and give me comfort. Solar power bank. Oh, nice. My Kindle will survive. Solar power bank is a good idea. I've actually been contemplating one of those. You bought more yesterday. Ven, how many? Dude, like seriously. Oh, do you remember? How many did we say? Ven and I had coffee yesterday and we were contemplating life, the cosmos, and pretty much everything in it. How many? I think I'm up to 47 books since January. Hey, Constance, welcome. Yeah, I think we totaled it up to 47. Jenny's somewhere up in the 60s. And who knows where Ven is, because he's always buying. But we're going to stay. It's a good title. Oh, here we go. Biotech Future Sci-Fi. It's under a $5 for the physical new. That's not bad. Not your usual 99 cents. If you get it, Ven, love to know what it's like. Awesome. I have Constance joining. Hey, Constance. Box sets. But I think if it was actual books, 11. Asking the questions we all want to know. Folks saying hi to Constance. Think I'm past, you are past 40 since January because you got more than me. And if I'm up to 47, you're probably closer to 50. Jenny, Gareth, and Kat. Daniel says hi, Constance. Because, yeah, I'm trying to... Okay, let's see if I can do the math. Earlier this year, and I can't remember why I went to the thrift store, but I didn't find the book that I was looking for. I got 8 books. This last time I got 5. 8 and 5's what? 13? I think 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, 13. Okay. So that's, I need a paper. That's 13. Then tomorrow I am picking up the other 25. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3. Then for my birthday, I got 5. I bought the other 2 for, that's Gareth. So that's 7. So that's 5, 1. Woohoo! I'm just at 45. Still way more than I would have expected by this early in February, but didn't get more than you. I was just behind. Then I bought more. See? So you're ahead of me. Saying hi to Daniel. Jenny! You weren't in the 70s last... Girly! You and Ven need an intervention. Only 6 for me so far. Good job, Kat. Got a book shopping trip coming in March, so there's going to be more books. Wait, yes, it has gone up. 35 physical, 90p, no idea. So exactly, even though they're just 99p, they count, Ven. 25, yes. Now, I'm so excited because I picked them up Saturday. And see, connections, networking pays off. So I am going to my thrift store, not to buy at the thrift store, but 2 of the employees who I chat with all the time. So it's like a big social thing. I look for books and we chit chat and they make recommendations. So the one person has 1,000 plus books. Yes, Gareth, she's still way below you at 1,800, but she has over 1,000 books. I'm like, holy jumping. And she's like, look where I work. So, I mean, she's got them all for a good deal. But now she's selling off some of her books. And I'm super excited because there's a combination of pagan authors, and I've got my big project this year, and they're authors I haven't heard of. I'm pretty sure some of them are supernatural, werewolves. I just kind of semi looked at the titles and went, I'll take it, because like it was a good deal. So see, it pays to talk to people when you go shopping, and then you get a nice big book haul. So tomorrow I'm just going to pick up or Saturday, going to pick up my books, but I also have to finish taking out the pages of a bunch of my coloring books, because I'm not going to color all of them. And I'm going to pick out the ones that I want, that I know I'll use, that I'll enjoy, and either use in journals or decorating, whatever. And then I'm taking her all of my coloring books, and then she's going to sort through them because she's an artist and does paintings and things. And then what she doesn't want, that will go in the lunchroom, and then everybody else can enjoy the books and take what they want. So I love being able to pass it on, and then everyone gets to enjoy different parts of the book. Jenny, would you consider a video about the series you've started? Woo! Yeah, see? So you've passed me, Ven. You're at 55. I'm still in the 40s and planning to stay there for quite some time, I must say, unless that hubby wins the Lotto Max. And in that case, woohoo! 1,000 plus books, here we come. That'd be a long video. Yeah, you'd have to narrow down which series, Constance. It could be a series. Which series did Jenny start today? Supposed to do read what you own, fail video, too tired, all that shopping. Only bought 9 so far. Nice. Not including book boxes. Yeah, those, oh, wow. They're just so beautiful. I can see why you would get those. I have to behave, though, unless I get a job or some massive revenue. Or my husband wins Lotto Max. I'd prefer that. Then, same, sleepy and headache. Aw, I was going to record, but nope, couch potato. Sometimes, you know what? You just need to couch potato and take care of you. I get it. Was going to do it. Procrastination video, but thought I'd leave it. That's awesome, Gareth. Gareth, what time is your live stream tonight? I don't see it yet. So that we know when we can come and catch your update. That's hilarious, though. Not that great. You're wonderful at videos. Make a kind of slideshow. See, I like doing some of mine in PowerPoint, Jenny, or you could do it Google Slides, I'm thinking. And I do that with some of my cat ones. And I have one I need to do on my thrift store, and it's all set up in PowerPoint. I just need to do the talking part and add a few arrows and things. Then laughing, slideshow would be perfect. I agree. There's so many different ways to make videos. Broke my series video into 3 parts. Makes it easier. That makes sense. Oh, no, Ven, you do lack self-control. Dude, someone needs to get a hold of your bank card or your computer, not including pre-orders and ARCs. Wow. That jumped quick. See? I'm the little shopper. Well, okay. Compared to Jenny and Ven, I'm the little shopper. And yeah, I was exciting news, and I don't think I've mentioned it in a video yet. I actually had 2 authors reach out to me and send me their ebooks to read and review because they found my little weenie channel and noticed I do book reviews. So exciting. So I'm still teeny tiny under that 400 mark, but my little face must be getting out there somewhere is awesome. Procrastinators unite tomorrow. I agree. Counted my digitals as you should. I'll be doing it midnight tonight, my time. Okay, so if I remember correctly, that is 7 p.m. Canada time, because that's when you would normally be doing your Is This Mic On, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, because you came on at 7 p.m. my time, midnight your time. Okay, so a regular time on Thursday to catch you. Awesome. So, folks, make sure you made note. Gareth's on doing an update on his book club live. Oops, I forgot to include ARCs. That's another 7. Awesome. And okay, ARCs are advanced reader copy. And it's not that I remembered, it's that I just read it off a paper the other day. So that's cool. So authors reaching out to people and getting them to sample their work and do reviews, I think that's great. The 2 of mine that I've gotten have been ebooks, and I certainly understand why, and especially with the cuckoo cuckoo in the world now, because trying to mail copies, especially to Canada or, anywhere for an author, I mean, you've got the cost of the book and then all the shipping. So ebooks works. And I actually haven't found it too bad reading it. It's not something I've typically done, and I don't have a Kobo or that, but it's been good, and I appreciate being asked, so that's awesome. Ebooks may be something I get used to. Luckily, I don't get ARCs. Only have 3 pre-orders. Jenny, when would you read them? Thanks, Kat. I know, I was so excited. At first, when I saw the email, I'm like, is this a scam? Because, that dumbass the other week scam email. But no, it was legit. And it was nice because Aaron Hook also got the same copy that I did. The author had reached out to both of us. And so I just got to watch Aaron's live stream. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Ven or Noah let me know, because I know you guys were both there with me. And so it was cool because we got to watch Aaron's interview with the author, and I'd already finished the book. So I got to watch the live stream because I wasn't going to watch if I hadn't finished the story yet. So yeah, exciting new adventures. I won't buy. Oh, that's what you keep saying. I won't buy much after this month until July. Dude, like seriously, you're always shopping. 60, 70 plus books won't make you think about monetary matters. Actually, Daniel, when Ven and I were chatting, because we both buy books. I mean, it's crazy. But we kind of stop, and when there's something that comes up, the question in our mind is, okay, how many books does that translate to? And do I really need to buy this other thing? Or do I want to buy books? An hour late. Oh, yes. An hour later than the normal time, because you and Dave normally start at 6 p.m. Correct. And yes, Dave left a comment under my book video the other day because I'm not competing with you guys on Thursdays. It just gets hard sometimes because some people 7 p.m. works, and I'm kind of trying to accommodate my British UK viewers because they're all 5 hours ahead. So if I do the afternoon, then they can pop in. My American viewers, some can pop in, but not all because sadly they're still at work. So then if I switch it sometimes to 7 p.m., then more of the American viewers can stop by. It's that whole trying to juggle everything with time zones and stuff. So yeah, then quit lying. He'll make it to March, maybe. Oh, I don't give him till March. Seriously, I agree with Jenny. March is optimistic. I give him till maybe next week. I've had my last lot. Oh, had my last lot of overtime money this month. Don't get that with the new role. Ooh, somebody's gonna have to budget. Yeah, I think it was Monday. Yeah, because you had your reading sprint in the morning, and then I saw you and Noah again in the afternoon. Reading it in April, hopefully. Can't resist a charity shop. See, I don't know, Gareth, maybe in your area they're better because Venice told me the one around his place is nowhere near as good as like when I do my thrift store charity shop hauls. I find a ton of stuff. I mean, I picked up 2 Stephen King for $1, and that was Night Shift and Skeleton Crew for $1, which would be close to your 99p. I mean, that was a big score. Definitely couldn't pass those two up. And it was on 50% off day at the store. Bank account wishes they were charity buys. Not many good ones around here. Yeah, so I'm wondering if there must be some more or better ones in Gareth's area. Going hunting for a good secondhand store next week. Good plan. Used books are good. Yeah, Kat, you found some really good ones. Don't know how y'all folks keep buying new and have electricity to read by. I don't always buy new. They're new to me. my new ones were my birthday books and yeah, and the 2 from Gareth. But normally most of my other books are secondhand. Yeah, ours are poo-poo. Yeah, well, you guys live like minutes apart. Oh, he's been lurking in the background. 2 of his best books. I agree. That's why I couldn't pass it up, Gareth. I mean, I saw them there because when you walk into we have 2 Goodwill bookstores, and then we have a bunch of other stores that have closed books and everything else, but 2 that are dedicated to books, and they have a few knickknacks and stuff there. But so when the one that I typically go to, you walk in, there are 3 3 big shelves actually. They're all $1. And yeah, Kat, you're going to lose your mind when I do this Goodwill one, and a few other people as well, because they have so much. J.D. Robb, Patterson, Patricia Cornwell, for anyone who reads her. Who was the other one? Thinking of Kevin Toe reads. Baldacci, but something like that. Ton of their books as well. Like, it's just insane. Now, King, it's a hit and miss. This was the first time I found The Shining there. But what else have I picked up? Because my King collection is growing again. So I've got those 2 short story collections. Those were the best buy because it was $1 for the 2 of them. The Shining I got for $4. That's a nice saving because it's $11.99 new. I got 4 Past Midnight because I want to read The Langoliers, which I've never done, but I've seen the movie, and so I want to read it and watch the movie. The Stand, and I think I've got maybe 1 or 2 others of his. I know I've picked up a few King. I did not pick up Revival, nor will I. I listened to that as an audiobook, And I used to have Revival as a paperback years ago, and when I unhauled all my fiction, that was one that went with them. Revival's another creepy one. Like, if you have issues about the afterlife, I do not recommend reading Revival. There's only 2 Stephen King books that have scared the hell out of me, and I don't have issues about the afterlife. It just the way it's written. Misery and Revival are the only 2 books I can honestly say freaked me out. In a corner in a ball. Aw, Noah. Some local markets have regular book dealers, exchangers. That's also a good idea. Yeah, we have a local market here, but the book ones are upstairs. And I like going to my Goodwill because I know not only does the money pay employees' salaries, but it also pays for different training programs and so many other things in the community. And when I worked in the schools, I used to go out on placements with my students. And so I'd gone to Goodwill when some of my students were placed there, and just such an amazing experience. Their staff were amazing with the students that I had. The students enjoyed their placement. So, yeah, Goodwill has a very special place in my heart. We weren't that mean, Noah. I agree. We were good. Excuse me. Oh, poor Gremlin. May need to wander Berry Market at some point. Not sure what Bolton's like. Thought it might be Bolton area from your voice. See? You folks recognize those accents? I don't. I mean, I know their accents. They're beautiful. I could listen to all of you talk for hours. But I certainly would have no clue which part of the United Kingdom you're from. Yeah, Gareth's in the south. Place in Barrie want to go. 80s style arcade. Not far away. Classic arcade games. Yeah, we were actually, Gareth, it was on your live stream last week that we were saying arcades are far and few between. I used to go to the arcade on my way home from college because it was on my way walking to my apartment. But yeah, I don't even know if we even still have an arcade here anywhere in the city. I have no idea where it would be. We used to have a bunch of them, but no. And again, because people play computer games, video games, and all of that stuff at home now. Was one place I was thinking. Not been to Barrie for years. To be fair, not been to Bolton in nearly a decade. Woo! Got that good thrift store. Got to travel. Hour, yeah. And it's rarely authors I've heard of. Get there aside from Kuntz. Oh, yeah. That reminds me, there were at least 3 Kuntz in the dollar section, Kat. I'm not rebuilding Kuntz right now, but yeah, I thought of you when I saw Kuntz and went, damn, it's too bad shipping's so insane. I could get you a big score at my thrift store. And they have a bunch of his in the sci-fi horror fantasy section as well. There's a lot of Kuntz there. Yee! Found one in near the Printworks in Manchester, but it's odd opening times. Used to be a good one on Piccadilly. And yeah, Kat, see, I don't know. It may be better if mine was an hour away because it's just too easy to hop there. Sometimes it's minutes by car. Langoliers, nice. Seen the movie. Want to try the book. Can't find a decent price. Yeah, see, I think I got it for $5. And it's the big hard copy. And it was $5 at my thrift store. I love my thrift store. But now I have to find the time to read all these. Bolton's going through a rejuvenation because of the new, I'm going to guess uni is university. Needed it when I worked up there. Bag of Bones, only book ever to scare me so much that I started it before I went to bed and had to finish it. Couldn't sleep. I was up all night. Oh no, Dark Star. I don't think, I know I haven't read Bag of Bones. I don't think it's one that I've picked up, but at the thrift store, I've noticed, because it's hit and miss if they have Kings and how many. I've never seen it there, or I might have picked it up. They often have Duma Key, which I haven't picked up because I don't really know what that's all about. I lucked into the short story series. They have different gunslinger ones. And I only read the first Gunslinger. It wasn't a series I could get into, but I've heard a few different people talk about it. Gareth, may have been you. I know Chaz has talked about it, and I think someone else has talked about it. Dark Star, it wasn't you, but I know you were talking about Jerusalem's Lot, which was very helpful, by the way, with those two short stories in, I think it's Night Crew, and why it so doesn't fit with Salem's Lot, the novel, but then he's got a short story called Jerusalem's Lot, but the backstory doesn't mesh. Yeah, there's a few other Stephen Kings, but oddly enough, it's the newer ones that they typically have there. So, like The Shining was a big bonus to find because when I go in the store, I always look back there. Partly because I'm also looking for Star Trek and Star Wars books, and they're along the same section. Duma Key comes up a lot. The Gunslinger. Oh, I think they may have had Doctor Sleep, but I just didn't pick it up because I hadn't read The Shining and I wasn't quite sure if I'm going to read Doctor Sleep or not. I think my library has it, so I might give it a test run there first. Yeah, there's a few regulars, titles that keep coming up, so I don't know if people just didn't like it or what happened there. Then used to love Bolton as a kid. Noah doesn't recognize accents. Yeah, see, to me, they're very subtle. But I'm guessing for other people, it really does stand out, and you recognize the sound from your own area or a different area. I mean, that's the other funny thing here. Ontario is massive. We've got 14 million people in the province, but the vast majority, you can travel anywhere and there's no accent. Like, I mean, we have different cultures, so obviously the different cultures have their own accents. But yeah, you can't say, oh, you're from up north or southwest or wherever. It's a very different. Actually, it was funny because when I was in Britain, because I turned 17 actually in Bexhill-on-Sea, we were over on a holiday. I was with my parents. And it was so funny sitting talking with my step cousins, and they're like, your accent's so cute. And I'm like, I don't have an accent. What are you talking about? But of course, to them, I had an accent. I was the one who sounded different. The Taking scared the crap out of me the first time I read it. I don't know that one. I don't think I've ever been to an arcade. What? Pizza places used to always have a few good ones. Yeah, you'd usually find the pinball machines in there. Kat grew up at the arcades. Yep. It's not as big a thing now, though, since people play them at home. Exactly. Sorry, got a cough. Yeah, I agree, Gareth. They were fun. Like, to me, it was just a good time. They'd play, Pac-Man. I used to rock at Pac-Man. Galactica. No, wasn't. See, now I'm thinking of the show, but it was like one of those shooting games, aliens and little spaceships and stuff. I used to love playing those. Centipede. Centipede was another one I loved. Used to go to a club, had a dozen arcade machines on way to the toilets. Yep. Think folks were transitioning from arcade to home games more when I was little. Remember Pac-Man, few of the others at malls, and Nintendo was big. Yep. And I definitely had my Nintendo and had Mario and Zelda. Actually, no, before the Nintendo, I had my Atari. And that's where I played Frogger, and there were some sports games. And then when we got the Nintendo was when I started playing Mario and Zelda. Beginning to see VR arcades cropping up now. Want to check out the one in town. Yeah, here we have, there's a few VR places and those escape rooms. I think there's at least 2 that I know of where there's the escape rooms and stuff like that, which I would never go in because as someone who's claustrophobic, hell to the no, are you closing me in a room and find my way out? Not happening. It's fun to watch other folks. Friend got a video of me doing it. Hilarious. Enjoyed it more than the game. That's funny. Sad. Bowling alley used to be fun. Yep, used to do that too. One around here is just so sketchy. Aw. Used to play a couple games. Go get change for air hockey. Nice. Whoop. Thank you, Gareth. Galaxian. Yeah, I used to love that. Lots of escape rooms around now. Yeah, they're the new, and agreed, the new social games. Yeah, not happening. But I think they're quite popular because I think we're getting more and more here as well. Want to do an escape room? Well, you have fun with that, sweetie. Let me know how that goes because nope, I don't even do elevators. Don't have any folks to do them with, though. Yep, not happening. We have one up here and a crystal maze. Whoa, that sounds interesting. Crystal maze definitely sounds interesting for sure. Hey, and I'm caught up with the comments. Woohoo! See, I'm not getting that far behind. It means Jenny and Kat have no challenge to try and type in one-word things and see how fast I can scroll past it. So we've covered current reads. Oh, here we go. Thanks, Gareth. Crystal Maze was a show over here. Awesome. See, it's always handy, and it still always amazes me how many differences there are between Britain and Canada and the US for that matter in terms of the name of products and different shows that, Britain and America will have access to, but we don't get to see it in Canada. We have it in Canada, but it might not be in Britain. And yeah, it's like funny. Oh, here we go. Oh, look at these 2. Wow, they went like crazy wild. Well, if you'd like us to, Richard O'Brien was the GOAT. I don't know what that means. Spam the chat. Jenny, spam the had chat. Been quiet. Dirty stuff. You too. Hey, William, how are you doing? See, Jenny. Hey, William, welcome. See, Jenny didn't get in as quick. She was trying to eat. Everyone said hi to William. You two are so funny. But yeah, so we've been talking about our current reads. Gareth saying hi. I explained why my weekly journal isn't working, so I've got to come up with a new plan to get organized. I have to figure out all my beefcake books because the plan is to get them done before the end of the year. The only exception, I have to stand up to get it. Whee! Oh, actually, there's two exceptions. Okay, so the one exception is going to be study Bible because you only read this for a few minutes every day and reflect. And if I do this the way it says, it'll be 3 years. But I don't do anything the way that they say to do the program. So, chances are it's not going to take 3 years. Oh, put that back up there. Ta-da! Kat wants to know what Jenny had. Was it big and meaty? Woo, next 3 days off. Hopefully got a few books finished. Nice. Enjoy the time off, Jenny. She had cottage pie. Okay, shepherd's pie. See, I almost said that. No idea what that is. It's a way to make that wrong. I'm sure the two of you will find a way. You don't know what cottage pie is. See, I didn't know it by the name of cottage pie, but I did know shepherd's pie. So similar, but not quite. Gonna go look at things, touch them like a book or something. Good thing you explained that. Take care, Noah. So glad you popped by to get to say hi, hang out, enjoy your reading. Yep, she knows what shepherd's pie is. Ven knows how to make cottage pie. Noah wishing us an amazing stream. Saying bye to Noah. Be good. Much love. Don't forget to spank that like button. Saying bye. Whoops. Off to touch things. Sure books. Bye, Noah. It'll be one of his smut books. Noah saying bye. Oh. Toodly pip, Noah. So cute. I don't have smut, by the way. You're reading ACOTAR, dude. That could be borderline smut. There is nothing to the imagination in those books. The author seems to think you need to explain every single thing, except that's not. Since you're still here, Noah, it is because you know what? Here's a new term, which I didn't realize would be a new term. Noah, you pay attention as you're reading. Are you on to book 3 now? The only people in those books who get their pipes cleaned on a regular basis are Feyre and Rysand. The only scene where someone else might have been like a little boom chickawawa is they go in the room, close the door, and the next morning she's having coffee. Like, hello, and so why did we need 5 pages of those other 2? Seriously. Determined to finish Red Rising, Mythos, and not sure what I'll pick up for 3rd read. Nice. Don't like the stuff that happens in the series, makes no sense. About to go on to book 3. Oh, sweetie, then just wait. Because trust me, it doesn't get much better. I mean, there's something there and there was potential. Don't get me wrong, there was potential. But, oh, he'll be in there quite a bit, believe me. How to do it's the new genre masquerading as actual novels. Almost done clearing out all my old clothes and electronics. What do I do with old and broken headsets? Well, see, here we have a place to take them because you can't put them in the garbage. But good for you for decluttering. I'm still working on that, especially where my craft stuff is concerned. Love the term pipes cleaned. Never heard it before our chat. Yeah, see, I didn't realize that was a new term. He roars and mountains shake. No, thank you. Can't see it. It's probably good. Is that a complaint? Never heard of. Yeah, see? Pipes cleaned. US term. How about knocking boots? There you go. Hey, and Canadian too. Oh, he has heard of that one, but not used much, to be fair. Oh, no. What have I done? Hiding the salami, bumping uglies, horizontal mambo. Right, I'm confused. That one I do know. Okay, so the only new term for Ven was cleaning your pipes. I'm off. I'll talk about lip syncing. Mattress mambo. Too funny. Okay, so I should probably mention, because I did say in the descript a little bit with the channel. So for the next 2 weeks, I won't be on live. Everyone's been busy. Hey, Dee, welcome. Yes, Kat, I see. Clearing the bat cave. Dee, you've just walked into, well, Ven had never heard a couple getting their pipes cleaned before, and then Jenny and Kat, bless them, have given all the terms up above that also apply to that. We have saying hi to Dee. Oh, wait, what's Jenny got here? I even heard shake and bake. Oh no. Wait, what? And there's probably terms even we've never heard. But yeah, so as far as the channel, excuse me, I'm not, yeah, you walked into a very interesting conversation. You never know when the little chaos gremlins are here, what's going to happen. Good thing I don't eat that. Daniel saying hi. Goes well with bun in the oven. See, there's one I know. Might just be everyone from the age of 8 here, quite blunt and sweary. Jenny and Kat. Hey, Daniel. So there will be no live streams for the next 2 Thursdays. Although I very much enjoyed this, and it's been wild kind of being on my own again for the first time in a long time. It's been really fun having someone to bounce off and chit chat during the other live streams. But people have been busy, so I either haven't had responses back or people are just busy. And the next live stream is February the 27th at 3 p.m. with Margaret Pinard. And we will be chatting about her book, The Keening, which is book 1 of Remnants. I'm just so far behind in so many things in the everyday world. And yes, Ven, you do get a mention in my Sunday video as well, not just for your reading of Margaret's book, but I do point out that I do dust. And I need to do a bit more of that because the dust bunnies aren't going to walk out and it's not quite spring yet. So I just have a whole bunch of things that I need to get caught up on and organized and just get myself together. So I'm still going to have Fairy Tale Fridays. Those are up and ready to go. I still have all the cat videos. Those will be going and continuing without a blip. I have a few book summaries I need to do. And there was one I've been wanting to do since December. And I need to do some notes before I can do that one because it's not one I can wing. Some of them I can, but I'm just too scattered. I'm just too scattered. No, it is an ACOTAR, Ven, so it's okay. And it's been a great chat. Thank you, Gareth. And I'm glad you could join in. And I know a number of us will be hopping over to join yours. Dust bunnies. Oh, no. Reminds me of another term. And it is an ACOTAR, Ven, but that is the end of February, which here in Canada is Freedom to Read Week. So I'll be doing a short summary on 4 of the books in ACOTAR because I've read up to 3.5. Frost and Starlight was a novella. I've yet to read book 4. That's going to be at least a couple months down the road, partly because I just need to get away from ACOTAR for a while. And when you see the video, you'll fully understand why. Hey, Leslie. Excuse me. Ven and I have been talking about this because I needed to bounce some stuff off someone. And so he and I have chatted. Ironically, it was, and I know I've been chatting with Gareth during our live stream about trigger warnings, and that was really kind of the focus of our live stream when we were together last time. But with ACOTAR in book 3, something came up that triggered memories from when I was 5. There were no trigger warnings that could have prepared me for it. And it just threw me in a dither for days. I'm okay, and it's all good because I'm here. It was all right. I've worked through it. Maybe that's part of why I ended up in psychology and being a caseworker to begin with. So, I mean, it's all been dealt with. It just knocked me on my butt for a couple days because I didn't see it coming. There was no way I could have foreseen the reaction I was going to have to a certain portion of that book. So it's going to be a relatively short summary. I don't know how much more I may or may not delve into this series because I think there are a lot of important things to it in terms of the messages that whoever's reading it is getting. There's a lot of things and issues that I have with that series. I don't think it should be taken off shelves. I do think people should have access to read what they want and make their own decision. Dee Dee and I were joking in her stream yesterday, because I know she loves Fourth Wing. There's a lot of different reasons. I know there are other people who have enjoyed Fourth Wing. It just was not my thing. But would I want to see that ever removed or taken off a shelf? No. I think people have the right to read what they want to read and make their own decision based on that experience. It's made me think a lot about trigger warnings because, like I say, for me, there's nothing that anyone could have put in the front of that book that would have prepared me for the reaction that I had to a particular scene. So, trigger warnings have their place, but they're not necessarily going to actually get you to not respond or react to something the way it's written and the way the other characters act, because it all comes down to your own life experience, memories, and the personal work that you've done on yourself. So like I say, I'm okay. It's just I can't read book 4 right now. And I'm also, having to get caught up on numerous other things. So there will be content on the channel. It's just not going to be as much as far as I know right now. I just need to get caught up on a bunch of videos and get caught up on a bunch of everyday life things, as in get some things organized and find a system that I can keep on top of things. So that's kind of the channel update and news. I'm not going anywhere. I've got my series starting with the ghosts that will likely be on Monday. It might be ghosts or scary stories, but I want to get my room finished downstairs first for the ambiance and atmosphere of that. But other than that, I mean, I'm good. Everything's good. I'm just behind, scattered, and I need to get caught up and get some things figured out and better at planning to stay on top of things. Dust, cobwebs, cleaning the cobwebs. Whose duster are you using? Are you offering, Jenny? Leslie's popped by. Quick hello. Don't forget to hug the like. Oh, thank you. Excited for your Arthur chat with Margaret. Yeah, me too. I'm halfway through the keening. So I still need to finish that. That's going to be my Monday finish read. Offering someone else, saying hi to Leslie. Leslie, I hope you're doing well and your area is safe. Don't swing that way. Excuse me, cobwebs usually in less used areas. Yes, Daniel. They are making things all dirty and not as in house cleaning cobwebs. Despite what people seem to think about me and my bestie. Get such good reactions when you fake it. Decluttering, something I call glossy garbage, which I'm reluctant to throw out. Things like nicely painted in-box packaging, expired loyalty program cards. More of a hasn't done it in a while term. Can you store them till you're ready to remove them? It's what I'm doing. There we go. So some strategies. Can you maybe reuse some of the painted stuff? Yeah, do some crafting or such things. Box which my earbuds were sold in. Nice bright red color. I like magnet clasp. My definition of glossy garbage. Nice. Well, maybe you could store something else in there, and especially if it has a magnet clasp, different things you could put in there. I have some like that too, and I try and think of different ways to repurpose them or reuse them. When one of my book deliveries came, it was in a box with a bunch of paper around it, so I just took out the paper, flattened it, folded it up, and I'll use that in some of my other crafts and things. And yeah, I'm gonna have to end up that's the other thing I need to figure out is what crafts I want to start. I haven't got back to knitting. I haven't colored in ages. I need to come up with some kind of schedule that I can follow and stay on track with some things. But holy jumping, look at this. We're almost up to 2.5 hours. So I think I'm going to call it a wrap there. Thank you so much to everyone who has popped by, who has stayed and chit-chatted, who has been listening. It's always appreciated. It's awesome how interactive the chat is, and that certainly helps because then, it isn't just me kind of chatting and all of that. So it's been really fun. I've very much enjoyed. Looking forward to hearing more about Gareth's book club tonight. So he'll be on live in a few hours. Thank you so much, everyone. And have a great one. I'm going to just quick catch up with the comments. And then I lost my place. Let's see. Okay, Daniel, I know what you mean. Like anything metal with a solid feel. Yeah, key rings, bookmarks, they're great. Then saying, have a great night weekend. It's been a fun time. Thanks for hosting. My pleasure. Thanks so much for joining in. I appreciate it. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take well, friends. Take care. Good night. Happy reading. I love this community. Everyone's so supportive. Have a great weekend, everyone. See you then. Bye, Kat. Take care, everyone. Thanks so much for hanging out and joining in and brightening my spirits. I much appreciate it. Take care. Have a good one.